Nope, nope. Pinch that tail again. Oh my God. Hello, Doc Dingers. Okay, so I gotta explain my name before the tournament because this is my first tournament video. This is my first video of fishing in 4 years. I used to have a channel that was called Big Mike's, but I changed it to the Doc Dinger because I just wanted to kind of start with a clean slate. But Doc Dinger is just, there's so many docks here in South Carolina, and let me tell you, that half-ounce skipping jig, I'm dinging all kinds of docks. I don't care how good you are, you're gonna ding a dock once in a while, so that's where the name came from. Hopefully nobody gets offended by that, but anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy this video, and go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Enjoy. Got him. Got him. Okay. Oh shit, shit. Okay, we got a spotted bass. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my God, this fish is crazy. He's not giant, but he will keep. Okay. All right. He's a keeper, that's all that matters. Very small, but you can see that. He absolutely destroyed that freaking buzzbait. I did not expect him to hit like such a small fish to have such a freaking powerful smash. Very long. Okay, let's get my phone out. This is gonna be my first keeper of the day. It looks like he's about 13 inches. Push your little tail down, bud. Might be able to get 13 and a half if we pinch that tail down. Oh yeah. Okay, we're just gonna let you. Whoa, whoa, whoa! All right, you're free, free Willie. All right. Maybe they'll bite that better. Maybe they're not really wanting to come up for stuff, so. Oh shit, okay, okay, we got one. I don't know if he's gonna make the size limit, but oh, came off the hook right off the bat. Let's see, I mean, it's a fish, right? He's probably 10 inches. It's only gotta be 10. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be 11 and a half. picture of this. Yeah, oh, 11 and might be 11 3/4. Hey, that's, dude, that makes all the difference in the world. 11 3/4. At first I didn't even think I had a fish. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. I kind of want to switch that little Spook Junior to a popper so that I can keep in the strike zone a little bit longer. So I can throw it up again. Oh, dang, I just got a nice, I don't know how big of a fish it was, but I got a good bite. If I gave him a little bit too long, or I hooked him too soon. Oh, maybe it just wasn't he wasn't big enough, maybe. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's what we're looking for. Oh, nope. Stay down, stay down. I don't know, like, he's giant, but he's a better sized fish. Come here, come here, come here. Okay, all right. I don't know, he's not giant, but he's better than what we had in our live well on the mini max up against the rocks, huh? I have a feeling I can get a couple more good ones right up against these rocks. Yeah, he's solid. Okay. He's probably like 15. But hey, I mean, it's not giant, but he's gonna help. He's gonna help, that's for sure. This is nice to get back on the board, and 14 and a half. Oh jeez. Nope, nope. Pinch that tail again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, I just dropped him back in the water, and that was a good fish too. That one, hopefully that doesn't cost me some money later on. That's the first time that's happened to me. Okay, 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 okay. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Oh shit. Okay, we gotta get a different angle on this fish. Thank God, that's a good one. That's a good one. That one makes up for the. Whew. Please tell me I was recording that. Thank goodness. Okay, that's a fat son of a gun right there. Okay. Okay. All right. You son of a gun, you're not going nowhere. You are getting in this. You're getting measured. I'm measuring you. Okay? You know I'm not jacking around this time, buddy. Take photos. Are you ready? Okay. That's a really good sized fish. That'll definitely help. Okay. I'm holding on to that sucker for dear life. You have no idea. Got my hands on this sucker so tight. He ain't going nowhere right now, at least. Ain't go nowhere until I get a picture of you, buddy. Can we get 16 out of him? I'll take him though. All right. All right, so I'm coming around this corner. I was throwing my chatterbait just to cover water, but then I see this huge bass. If you see it in the top right corner, big, like largemouth. I saw him right away, and I thought I'm gonna grab a wacky rig, because I know the wacky rig's a really great lure for a cruising bass. So I just toss it over them. You could see right away he just jumps on it. Boom. Give him a second, crack him. Man, when I set the hook on that fish, I freaking lost my mind. I was freaking out, screaming, shouting like, holy cow, because I knew this is the biggest bass I've ever caught. And to catch it in the middle of a tournament is something special. So I was super excited about this and also extremely nervous. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like, I have a shot at winning this whole thing. I might get big bass in this tournament. So I was just absolutely freaking out about this. This is actually my first fish this year on a wacky rig. I try to fish the wacky rig all the time, but for some reason, I just don't have much luck on it. But I know it's a great lure for cruising bass, so I knew to have it on deck for me. I had saw one other cruising bass before this, and I threw the wacky rig at him, but he didn't seem very interested. But this one took it right away, and it was pretty cool. So then when I was like getting out my measuring board, I was so nervous. Like, do not lose this freaking fish, man. Like, whatever you do, don't freaking like lose it like you lost that 14-incher, like that little 14-incher that didn't really matter at the end of the day. It was just in the back of my head, like that could be this freaking giant that I just caught. I could lose it off the board and it could ruin my whole day, which it would have. So I'm like shaking, holding it really tight. I'm like, please stop flopping around. I'm like, my phone was acting all crazy. Like, it was so hard to try and get the camera situated. I ended up having to take the phone completely out of its little socket thing because it was just, it just, I don't know, it was acting all, it was bugging out. So I just freaking took it out of the thing. I'm like cussing, like, dude, this stupid thing needs to just work for me right now so I can take this gosh dang picture already and get this fish back in the water. I did feel like I spent way too much time like messing with the fish, keeping it out of the water, because I think it was just nervous and everything was just all happening at once. And I catch this giant fish. It was actually 21.5. I don't know. I messed up the type on the video and I accidentally erased everything. So it was 21 and a half, but still very big fish. Now, when I put it back in the water, he did seem to like struggle a bit, and that made me super upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like blaming myself. He took a really long time to swim off. I kind of followed him in the kayak right here. You could see him in like the middle left part of the corner. You can kind of see his back sticking out. I followed him for a little bit. Eventually, he swam off, thank goodness, but hopefully he made it because if he didn't, I'm going to be really upset about that. That was a great catch. All right, so right now, since I've been like finding a lot of bluegill beds, I've heard top water is great for bluegill beds. Bluegill beds. This is my first time ever fishing them, so I thought, I'll give it a try. I know this is what a lot of people do, so I grabbed a popper that was bluegill color. And I just started walking it around, around docks and around areas where I thought the bluegill beds would be. I had been throwing it around for quite some time before this actually happened, and you can see right here that he bumps it once, he misses it, and comes back and boom, he just cracked it. I was like, oh my gosh, and I could tell right away he only had one hook in him. Thank goodness he turned a couple times. He actually hooked himself like on the side, but there was literally only one treble hook in him. And most of the time when I fish tournaments, when that's happened in the past, they got away. So it was really nice at this time. I was able to get this sucker in the net, um, and I knew right away that he was pretty big. The nice thing about spot bass is like even though they're really skinny, they're super long, which helps you in these kayak tournaments. Um, but I think this was the only one that I caught all day on the popper. But look at that, as you can see, like literally only one treble hook is in him. So I really lucked out on this one. I got him in the net really quick. That could have went really poorly for me. Then would have screwed me out of a good fish. So threw him on the board. His tail was a little, I don't know why his tail was so raggedy like that, but he was, I think, yeah, he was 16.25 inches. And this was a very important fish. This is my third fish for my third solid fish that I caught throughout the day. And it was a nice call for me. This put me into first place. As you can see, when I pull my phone up, I submitted it on Tourney X, and that moved me up to 53 inches. And then it moved me into first place, which freaked me out. Once I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I literally think I have a chance at winning this. And honestly, in my head, I was thinking I'm gonna win. There's no way someone's gonna pass me. I have a crazy bag right now. All right, so before this, I had went down the bank, was just throwing a popper to cover water to see if I could get any more bites since the last one, and I didn't, but I did find about 4 bluegill beds. This was the third one that I found. Um, the the fourth one I found, I had already fished it. I didn't get any bites, but this one I did. Um, I didn't see any fish on it earlier, but I just marked it on my fish finder, and I came back later to fish it, and I caught this little guy. He wasn't very big. At first, I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, he just felt kind of heavy. So I was like, okay, is this one gonna help? But once I saw him, I was pretty sure this is not gonna make a difference. But it's a fish nonetheless, and that kind of told me that what I was doing was working. I just needed to keep trying. He really got that hook down deep, so I had to get my pliers out, and it was just a whole fiasco. So I just figured you didn't really want to see that. I didn't want to waste all your time showing me trying to get the hook out of a fish's mouth. Right away, I caught another one. Pretty much in the next like 2 or 3 casts, he bit it. So caught that little guy. He was small. He was flopping all over the place, but it was kind of cool to catch 2 fish in the same exact spot. Like I cast in the same area, and there was 2 of them. And just 30 minutes ago, I drove by that same bluegill bed. I didn't see any bluegill or bass on it, so it was kind of cool to come back and to see that there was actually quite a bit of fish on there. Threw it back in there, threw it right up against the dock. I had been casting all kinds, and finally I threw it right up against the dock, and there was a fish waiting right there, just a little guy again. This one's not helping. I really was trying to upgrade my catches, but nothing seemed to be working the way it was. Well, it was working, it just seemed that I couldn't catch the bigger ones that I wanted. And it could have just been that I was getting on bluegill beds that didn't have bigger fish on them. But I was trying. All right, so this was the next set of bluegill beds, just right over, not too far away from the last one. And same deal. When I rode by this the first time, I threw a popper over it, no bites. Then when I pedaled over it, I saw the beds. Didn't see any bluegill, no bass. But came back later to give it a go, parked my kayak, and started throwing the shaky head around, and again, started catching them pretty quickly. This one I caught like right away. It's pretty soon when I got to the bluegill bed. So like he bit like right away. I think it was like the first or second cast in this little area. And then after that, I did seem to struggle for a bit. I was casting around quite a bit, but I really wanted to soak the area and see if I could find more bass, maybe catch a bigger one. One of the problems that I used to have before is when I would try to get my kayak in a good position to like fish slow. My kayak would just I only had one anchor wizard, and it was in the front. I tried it in the back too, and it's the same thing. But if you only have one anchor wizard, you will literally just spin in circles, and you won't be able to stay in position and have good hook sets and stuff like that. So I actually got 2 anchor wizards. You can just see the one in the front, but there's also one in the back on the right corner. And I tell you what, when I get up to a spot and I want to stop and soak my lure, whatever I'm doing, trying to fish slow, makes such a big difference. And it made it so much easier for me to catch these fish, because I was able to just keep catching like I could try. All right, so I had fished the rest of the cove. This is my last bluegill bed. I had fished this twice. I left it alone for an hour, and because I did see some really big bass on it, but I just could not get them to bite. I tried and tried and tried. This is my last little ditch effort to try and upgrade. After this, I did go to another cove, but I marked a ton of bluegill beds and fished the crap out of them. But I was only to catch one fish. He was 15 and a half, and that was pretty much it. I didn't get that one on camera, unfortunately. But yeah, this was it, and it was a great tournament. I'm excited. Next week I have another one, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to fish the same kind of pattern and see if we can really do well. At least now I know. I didn't, like today was kind of me figuring it out. So next week I should have a better plan going in. So thank you for watching the video, and then we'll go to that outro. All right, Doc Dingers, that was it. Got second place out of 70 anglers. That was pretty awesome. I was really excited about that. I won $430 cash. That was the best tournament I've had with that many anglers. And I got 100 points for UKA since it was a dual tournament with 2 different organizations. The points are scored for just what organization you're in. So I basically placed first place for UKA. That's going to really help me for AOI points and really going to give me a shot. We'll see though. There's this guy Gary, man's a hammer, so I gotta watch out for him. Hopefully I can have a couple more really good finishes, and then I have a really good chance at winning AOI for the year. Thank you guys so much for watching the video again. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'm gonna have tons of I'm not gonna have tons, but I'm gonna have more videos out as soon as I can. As you can tell, I'm not at the lake right now. My camera, I don't know, something happened with the videos, so I wasn't able to get those intros and outros at the lake. But now I'm at work and I don't have anything to do, so I figured I would just film the intro and outro. I'm actually a PE teacher, so I'm at the school right now. Supposed to be doing lots of work, but I'm doing fishing stuff, so